The 2-week Vortex event is live. You have 2 weeks to get this skin and the other rewards. In this video, I'll share tips on how to win the free-for-alls in these maps, as well as the best way to collect your 1.2 million experience for the Magma Skin. Now, if you don't know, the Vortex event is live for 2 weeks, and to be honest, if you really want that Magma Skin, you're gonna have to grind for 15 to 20 hours. They originally set the final reward around 450,000 experience, but you'll find that even if you hit this threshold, and it does show that you earn the skin, but you won't have everything unlocked in your inventory. And in fact, after 12 hours after the launch of this update, COD Updates Twitter posted sharing that the experience was going to actually be at 12.3 million, almost 3 times the amount. I personally find this total BS. I don't think there's a UI problem. I think they just saw that there was huge demand for the event early on, and they decided, hey, we can push the numbers, get some more game time, more player hours out of this, and that's what they did, which just isn't cool, especially if you planned out using experience multipliers thinking you had enough time to crank it out, and now you might not have enough. Anyways, just make sure you set aside a lot of time for this if you really want the skin. Now, the Vortex mode itself is a cycle of 3 OG maps that have been reskinned, and they give real ethereal zombies vibes for sure, but are entirely multiplayer based. You'll be playing free-for-all in all 3, with one caveat: someone on the map will start with a ray gun. Now, if you kill them, you get the ray gun from them, and if someone blows themselves up or you blow yourself up, it'll spawn in a specific spot. For the loadout, you can generally run whatever you prefer in free-for-all, but make sure you have the EOD padding perk. This will minimize the damage from the ray gun and will stop you from instantly dying from just the splash damage, which is absolutely huge. I would also suggest running a more high mobility build in general, because these maps are pretty small and it'll make it harder for that ray gun to land shots on you. I have seen sniper builds also work pretty well, so feel free to test that out, because it can one-shot the ray gun holder from a distance, which the ray gun can sometimes get outranged on. Now, starting with my favorite map, Satan's Quarry. This map is actually big enough to have a proper free-for-all and battle over the ray gun. The ray gun will spawn in the center of the map in this room on the floor. You can always find the ray gun by looking at the mini-map. If it is gray, that means it's in the respawn point waiting to be picked up. If it's gold, it is revealing the real-time location of that holder. Hunt them down and take it out. In this map, I find the ray gun is super strong and worth fighting over, but remember, once you get that kill, that target is now on you. When having the ray gun, it's best to find a place to bunker down and try to catch enemies as they approach. Even better if you can get high ground to use that splash damage for maximum effect. Note that that splash damage will also kill you, just like in regular COD, so don't blow yourself up. We don't have PhD Flopper to save us here. You will generally find that aiming at their feet will blow them up pretty easy. You can also snipe people pretty far, so just if you see someone, take the shot. Now, the fire rate is a little slow, so in close quarters combat, make sure you really line up your shot or you could get burst down. I found that this spot was really good. You have multiple entrances, but as long as you're checking the 2 main paths, you can snipe them as they come up, and if they do get in the building, just make sure you listen. If they're climbing up the ladder, gun them down. If they're on the stairs, just line up your shot, and boom, you're gonna be good to go. Now, to counter the camping ray gun in this location, which is generally where everyone goes, you can actually just wait here or on the outskirts of where the ray gun is. Just ignore them and then kill everyone as they're trying to go to the ray gun user. This will force the ray gun user to come out and kill you, and then you'll have a better chance at taking them down so that they're having to come out to you, and you can use your minimap to watch where they're running. Eventually, you will land your shots, and it will feel really good to blow people up with this legendary weapon. And check out this sick grenade finish. I have to share this. I predicted that he was moving back to the window, cocked the grenade, I primed it for a few seconds so that it would blow up right as he got there. Worked like a charm. Then I had the ray gun to finish the last enemy, and felt pretty badass winning this one. You know, grenades pre-primed are also just a great way to kill any camping ray gun, especially if they're hiding just behind a door or hard to access room. But yeah, moving on to the Sporeyard. The ray gun will spawn into this northern warehouse. Beware, generally it can be used as a bait from both the spawn bus location, which is just down the ramp, and the spawn location right adjacent to it, which is bugged, by the way. You will spawn here and you will get stuck. I seriously wonder if the QA team even tested this event before it happened. All the points, the spawn location, it's ridiculous. Now, I found that you can actually get out of that spot if you use a drone or some other equipment. Animations can get you unstuck. I'm not sure what that equipment is, but feel free to test that out and put it into your loadout to get out of that spot. Now, the ray gun holder will generally go into this house where they'll camp on the second floor. You can snipe pretty effectively from the windows and hit enemies as they try to get up there, and the stairs are protectable, so you should be able to do pretty good. I use my drone and grenades to get them out off that top floor, and you can also just ignore the ray gun user once again, and on the lower levels, just kill enemies as they're trying to enter and get the ray gun user. Now, the last map, Tetanus, or it's reskin of that classic Rust map, and it is a total cluster. There is so much going on, and you're going to get shot in the back 50% of the time right as you spawn. So just try, get 2 kills each death, and pray that no one gets lucky. I might just be bad at the game. I don't know. I don't have really any major advice for this map. The spawn location is in the southwest corner, roughly. But other than that, the ray gun is honestly a trap in here. I don't think it's worth going for. Hell, most of the time just running for that spawn location will result in the death 80% of the time. And if you do get it, I would suggest just going to the corner in the northwest side, watching both sides, popping back and forth, and just make sure you're sliding around and being a hard target. I really wish they would have made this more of a team mode, maybe 1 ray gun on each side. I feel like that would have been a little bit more fun, and maybe I hate free-for-alls, so maybe that's just one thing that I think would really improve this. It adds some value to the ray gun and really make it an objective for the map. Now, to earn all the rewards for the Vortex event, you don't actually have to play the Vortex mode. And being someone who really doesn't play that multiplayer that much anymore, zombies is a great way to grind the XP for that Magma Skin. I would suggest dropping in with some decent gear, activating a Zombies Outlast contract, but then canceling it. As long as you don't leave the area, they'll keep spawning, and you'll crank out some serious XP quick, but I do think there is a cap of 100,000 experience per run, so try to gauge that and just exfil when you're getting close to it. Otherwise, you'll just be burning time, not gaining anything, so just do that. The other option is, if you have a solid crew to play with, is the Plunder mode. I specifically saw this from Lego Unlocked. He was cranking out some solid XP, and I think it's just a lot better than doing brain dead zombie slaughtering. I would not suggest doing it yourself, though, especially with just randoms. You might get 5 to 10k experience for 20 minutes of grinding, and it's just not as predictable and consistent. So now, once you do finally get that 1.2 million, you're going to unlock the animated Magma Skin. And so I've only stopped at 500,000 experience once I realized that it wasn't going to give me that skin. So this is actually Lego Unlock's video, who I believe was the first person to unlock the skin. So congrats to him. Definitely you can find his channel in the description. But I personally like the skin a lot. It's very nice. It's an animated one that is free, which is not that common, but it is a grind. 1.2 million, it hurts. But I know I will crank this out later this week because I personally love red and black skins, and so I will have this one. Now, I hope you guys are enjoying the event. If you guys have tips on how to do better on Tetanus, Rust map, or just any other tips in general of how to get XP, feel free to comment below. I'm sure everyone could do that with some help, including myself. So look forward to that. And if you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.